this week. I guess they're really starting to come in fast and furious. I hope that doesn't upset you. I'm getting all the emails, but we'll go with mine today.
Hey, this is just the second one you've told me about. You got 2 emails in 1 week. I don't call that fast and furious.
I'm filling up my inbox faster than I can answer these babies.
So what'd you get?
Well, I got one today, and it had to do with, of all things, firing your clients.
Now there's an odd concept. Okay, what do you mean firing your client?
I've told people for many, many years that I could go in and make more money, bottom line, for them without selling one thing, and that is if I ask some of their headache clients to take a hike.
Ooh, boy, is that a touchy subject, but I know why you're saying that, because sometimes we do spend a whole lot of time with people that are never going to produce a penny, and we just keep that wasting time cycle going around and around. So I hear you that that's a good thing to do sometimes.
Right.
But I'm going to give you the flip side of the coin.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
As I thought you might.
Well, you know, I love to argue with you. So I got an email. Now this one goes back a little while, but I got an email from a travel agent, and this one's really, really good. She had sat in on one of my workshops where I was talking about delivering wow service, and I like to talk about the difference between a Kmart kind of service and a Nordstrom kind of service. So her email basically said, I had become the Kmart of travel. She was a Disney specialist, by the way, and she said people were calling her, driving her nuts, looking for all the deep discount bargain kind of Disney trips.
Right.
And she said it was just one phone call after another. They were all headaches. She was losing money. She was ready to throw in the towel. And then she tried something. Now, she actually listened to me, because some people do that once in a while. She started with a professional fee program. She called it the Pixie Dust Concierge Program. Now, is that a good name?
That's a cool name.
It's a very cool name, and hopefully it conveys the idea here. What she was trying to do was to charge some money to set aside time for appointments, to be able to give people quality time, because you can't do that when you're cranking as fast as you can.
Right.
She charged $150 a person for it, and what she was shocked by were really 2 things. First of all, everybody wanted it. Now that shocked her. They wanted to be able to get her time and her to not have her time limited. But the other thing was that a lot of the same clients who had been previously wasting her time were suddenly asking for higher end product.
Wow.
Well, I know. It wasn't just the deep discount stuff anymore. And what we really ended up figuring out here was when she was promoting herself as the deep discount lady, some of her clients were only coming to her for the discount stuff. It didn't mean they weren't buying, high-end kind of stuff.
Yep.
They just weren't buying it from her because she was the discount lady.
Exactly.
And once she was no longer seen as the discount lady, she was getting higher-end sales from the same clients that she might have fired if she hadn't looked at herself first.
Now, Nolan, you and I know that this is a fact, and we know that it works, and we know that it's true, but we also know that it's very, very difficult to do for some of the people listening to our program.
It is. I know the professional fees thing is a big step for a whole lot of people. But I see it as a matter of survival. I mean, what it really comes down to is that I think the travel industry is at a crossroads. Everybody is hitting a point where they're either going to have to sell as fast as humanly possible just to keep the doors open, or they take that other path, which is give people an experience they're never going to get on the internet. You got to wow them. But wow takes time, and time is money, and that's what professional fees are for, to allow you to give that experience that people actually want from a human being travel agent.
Well, last week we talked about staying within our personality in writing, and here's a challenge for the listeners today, Nolan.
Okay.
Take an hour out of the next week. Sit down either with yourself or with your employees or with somebody you trust. Have yourself a cup of coffee and start documenting, start brainstorming ways that they in fact can wow their customers and their prospects.
Especially if they think a little outside the box and say, what could we do if money and time were no object?
Yes.
What could we do to totally wow our clients? What could we do if we didn't have to sell quite so many transactions just to keep the lights on?
Yeah, and you know, it doesn't have to cost a lot of money, and it doesn't have to be over the top. People notice little things today.
Well, I'm a big believer in professional fees, because I really think that if you can't give people that something extra that they really want for calling a travel agent, then you're just the human version of the internet.
Right.
Professional fees are a matter of survival, but it's also a matter of thrival. You get in there and charge a substantial fee, deliver substantial service, and you're not going to have to worry about all the wacky stuff that goes on in the travel industry with non-commissionable portions this and reduced commissions that. You suddenly have a little bit more control over your own financial future.
And let's see if we can get some interaction on this one, Nolan. Down on the bottom of our website here, you see the mailbag.
Yep.
Why don't we ask the people to click on the mailbag and send us some of their wow ideas, and we'll share them during the next show.
You betcha. That's a great idea. Now, I'll probably be the one checking the email because Mike still is struggling with that one basic little thing. Nah, you're doing great. You've got 2 emails in the last week, haven't you?
Yeah, I do. And I know what Facebook is now.
Hey, I'm so happy. Of course, he still thinks it's the photo album that his wife made for him of his last vacation.
Well, there you go. There you go. Well, listen, let's see how many people hit that mailbag and shoot in their wow ideas. We'll share them. And until then, I'm going to go study up on email, so I'll be one up on Nolan Burris next time.
Sounds great. Hey, have a good day, Mike.
Hey,
fun
thanks,
chatting
Nolan.
with you.
Okay, man. Bye.
Bye.